Okay, cool. So we're recording now, and like we talked about, we'll make the recording with the intention of it being public, but if anything gets said that you think shouldn't be on the recording, just let me know and we'll stop the recording right then and we'll start again. We'll start another one. Otherwise, we'll just assume everything is good. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Cool, man. I am so excited to connect with you, and especially, for what we're going to talk about. It's been like a few weeks since we've been through the process, the manifestation process with what you're up to. Although, when you said it, I think it was right in the meeting, it popped in my mind. You're like, yeah, I want to work for a startup, when you move. And I'm just like, what startup could possibly be better to work for than our startup? And it just made me start thinking about, what positions you could potentially have in Uniting for Action, and just seeing how it would, was emerging and everything. Because as you know, that's the thing, is we've been in this dance for the last few weeks of just trying to see where we're going to have our attention as an organization, right? And the manifestation process was so new when you and I went through it. We didn't even have even close to the new worksheet now, and how the worksheet has evolved. I'll show you really quickly because you haven't seen it yet. But the worksheet is now, super evolved to just a one-page summary to really go very top level on it without all of the other details that the full worksheet that we went into. So it's basically just this one, table here, the facilitators or the resources that you're needing, to achieve your vision. What is your vision? What do you need to achieve your vision? How are you incentivizing, or what are you offering to them to participate? And then also for the referrers of those facilitators, what are you offering, to them to support? And then the analysts, and again, what are you offering to them for them to be involved? And it's really getting down to like this very simple formula, which I showed you, in the meeting. Let me see. For electric token, that turned into their mind map, turned into these different sections with the summary of the 2-minute video clip, 1-minute video clip, a little bit of a summary over here, and really kind of wordsmithing and getting into really explaining it well from the video content. And then to the point where we're outlining it, where here's what we're seeking, here's what we're offering, here's what referrers can earn. So I'm just trying to remember, did you see this in the meeting? Please remind me, for the Leadership Council meeting, this past meeting.
The last one. Oh, you know what? I haven't heard it, so I gotta go back to listen. That's why I was a little lost. Got it.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe you haven't watched it yet. Okay, so you'll see when you go through the meeting, but basically this is the format now of how we go from the 1-hour session that I'm having with people, starting with the mind map, and doing the mind map with everyone as a starting point. And now what I'm doing, is there's two things. One, I'm getting this whole process down so that it can be systematized and anybody can use it as a self-service. And so that's what I'm focusing on right now. Let me show it to you. So here's the brand new manifestation process self-service page. And this is what I'm in the process of working on. So step 1, create a mind map. And it gives people the tools to create their own mind map. 2, choose a vision. And it talks about that. 3, identify needed resources. And then inspire and incentivize those resources, inspire and incentivize referrers, and then make agreements with them to be able to, actually have the agreements and move forward.
That's awesome. Okay. Yeah.
So it's a real simplified, broken down, step-by-step process. You can see now a lot tighter than before. Let me pull this out so you can look at it. A lot tighter than before, and it's still evolving, but the thing is that, again, I'm putting it together in a way now where, as you can see, the idea is that, just like with the idea of the project, we're open sourcing this. At the moment, we're giving it all away free. And the way that I'm framing it is, you don't have to pay anything up front. As soon as you see the value in this, as soon as you see that this is something that you want to support financially, then provide, that support and start using these tools and create value for yourself and give us however much each month you think is appropriate for the value that you're getting out of using these tools. Like, what is it worth to you? Is it worth, $50 a month, $100 a month, $500 a month? Where actually the way I'm thinking about it is wherever people value it, that's kind of like where they're saying, where they could use help. And actually, I need to share this since you haven't seen the meeting yet. Let me show you this really quick. The way that I'm helping people see Uniting Fraction is a little different now. So you haven't seen our new logo yet, then, have you? Here's our new logo. What do you think of that?
No. Oh, is that?
You're cutting out. I didn't hear you.
Is that the new logo you said?
Yes, this is the new logo that I created. Still, perhaps in progress. Actually, the team thought maybe we could change what it says down here, but yeah, I could get into. I actually get into it in the meeting, so you'll hear about it. But what are your thoughts in looking at it offhand?
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. I like it. It's simple. Yeah, maybe there's some tweakings, like small things you can do, but I like the branding is that purple, dark purple. That's the color brand.
Yeah, that's still what we're going with, and again, it's open for discussion, but not now.
Yeah.
we can talk about it, and we'll start to have those discussions on our Slack too. That's where we're going, as you'll see from the meeting. Okay. So Uniting for Action is a membership organization. When this graphic came out of me, the weekend before last, it was like almost like channeled out of me, right? It's like, this is like what the organization is about now. Uniting for Action is a membership organization of people who want to work together to create results. And we provide systems and solutions. Uniting for Action provides systems and solutions that allow us to work together more effectively and more efficiently. So you've been seeing the solutions after solutions, the collective solutions framework, and now the manifestation process, and the nano actions, and the video processing, all the different solutions that we come up with, that I've been coming up with for years. And then here's a big other part of it now is the support. So we provide access to tools and providers committed to optimizing our results. So it's just really a recognition that it doesn't matter like how good the tools are that we have if people can't embrace them and they're still being stopped by whatever they're being stopped by in their lives, which all of us are being stopped wherever we're being stopped. So it's like, what work do we need to do? What support do we need in order for us to remove the obstacles to really embody our power, right? Like, it's great to have the tools, and we need this support. So that's, it's like half and half, right? It's like we have the support and we have the tools, and together we can get everything done. So does that make sense? Any thoughts about that?
No, I like it.
Great, thanks. So again, in that context, going back to, this, we've got, again, at the moment, I'm breaking it down very simply to, and I've done the process with electric token, as you were just seeing, and now I've also done the process with Burge the other day. We went through a process. So these are the first two paying clients besides what I've done with leadership council members. Like, I've gone really deep with a bunch of Angie's stuff and with others. We went, deep that first time. So, I'm putting all of the video of all of these, examples of the full service examples online for people to see, so people can do it all on their own, pay whatever the value they're getting out, really like no brainer for everybody, right? Like, remove all resistance to people using the system, right?
Mhm.
And then, and in that way, we're also starting to put a really big focus on the referral process. So the referral system, which, you know, basically with us mapping out all of our needs, now we are broadcasting to the world, here's all of our needs, right? And here's what we will give you to find somebody, you know, who in your network can serve my need. What friend of yours can serve my need? And that's the thing, is that the percentages even go that far, right? Where it's, when you're doing a friend of a friend, you're still earning percentage on any business that they
Yeah.
do. So, so anyways, it gives people the incentive to support others. It actually becomes like a pay it forward system, right? Because really the idea is you're looking at everyone's offers, everything that everybody needs, and you decide where you're going to put your time and attention to help fulfill somebody's need, right?
That's
And
awesome.
then,
Yeah, I like it.
and so you're upfront investing your time and attention. Like, I think I can help this person. I'm going to talk to my friend. I'm going to connect them. I'm going to make this work, you know, type of thing. People are incentivized to make it work where they want to make it work, where they're inspired. It's the combination of how much they're inspired and incentivized, right? And the combination of that is where we're going to put our time and attention in the world. And so that's going to become the new paradigm of how we decide, where do I put my time and attention? It's based on whatever is, you know, most inspiring / most incentivized for me, right? Wherever I'm drawing the line on that continuum for myself. So in that respect, the getting back, so now that we're all operating in the space of, you know, supporting each other, referring resources to each other, you know, clearly we're going to fill our needs for our resources much faster than the non-system that we have to do this in the world right now, right?
Mhm.
I mean, just imagine the difference between how we're all just doing whatever, don't even have it mapped out, don't even have it communicated to people, and yet we're still trying to fill all of these needs for all of these projects right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now to go from that to this, I mean, it's like, it's
It's huge.
guaranteed
Yeah.
results. It's like you can't get worse results doing it this way than whatever way you're doing it now for, you know, just about everybody, right?
So yeah, so do you have the software already, like, or the basic software already built for how this would look like? I'm visualizing like we talked about, like a social media platform where people can put their needs, the incentives, and then you can, you know, make friends, and if you make friends, and you get access to more info for that person, something like that.
Yeah. So I have some real basic functionality like that built in terms of like profiles. And, you know, I can show you that later, but it's real. Let me just think, maybe it's worth just looking at for 30 seconds since you're asking, so you know it's there.
That's on the WordPress site, correct?
It's not actually, that's custom programming that I did a while back now, and that that's not it. That's not open to the public right now, so you can't get to it from
Right.
anywhere. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I'm going to actually find it right now. Can't remember
The URL.
yeah, the URL. I think this is going to take us into like a back end process, but I'm not sure we can get to where I want to. So here's like where the tags are functional right now. And so we're going to create, so this is like the channels, like each one of these is a channel. So this is all the vaccine stuff, because that's what we were doing with the vaccine considerations project. So it breaks it down into all the real specific information.
Okay.
that's just to give you some part of the back end. This is some more of the work that the students did, but this isn't what there is to show you. So I'll send it to you later in terms of what's there now for the back end. But there's some programming that needs to be done by me to get some basic pieces live that probably is gonna, I mean, I keep being on the edge. I really want to have some of that live like this weekend, if possible. That's really like an ambition of mine, but that's the challenge, is juggling everything, which is part of why we're talking, because, you know, as an organization, you know, first of all, you've seen the arc where, you know, when I first talked to you about Uniting for Action, it was about the collective solutions framework, right? And how we were all going to come together around these things. And that's what we're still going to do. And we still have that as one of the solutions we're offering to the world, along with these other solutions. But as I was, you know, having all these conversations with prospective leadership council members, there was a lot of leadership council members that were declining because they had to deal with their world. It's like, I have this, I have to deal with, I have to, you know, make money, I have to deal with this, whatever it is, you know. There was a lot of people that were like, I have to deal with my current life, right? And so I developed the manifestation process as a tool for everyone to use wherever they're at, whatever they're dealing with, whatever this is that's dominating their attention. They get to now use this tool to help support them and be empowered, more empowered in that process, right? So that's like, because it's like such a revolutionary new product, so to speak, for society, and it's so clear that it's so compelling and can help just about everybody, and we're removing all of these obstacles to using it. We're giving all this full service free tutorials, like just use it, you know, and create value for yourself, because we want you to succeed and we want you to, you know, be doing things in the world. The more people are empowered and getting things done, the more they're becoming people that can come together to get everything done, right? So it's really like we're helping teach people how to fish so that we can all start, you know, addressing these collective challenges. And then we just create the finances where it's like, you just tell us, you know, what it's worth to you. And if it's only worth $10 a month, then we give them the support to make it worth $50 a month and $100 a month and $1,000 a month, right? There's all kinds of tutorials and support and coaching and whatever to help people use the system to create value in their lives, right? So we start to train all of society on how to like start to be empowered in all these ways, and not just with the tools, but again, with all the support. And that's why the support is so important and significant, right? Because they need all of those different support to be able to, you know, take advantage of all of this technology and all of the systems. So that's the world of Uniting for Action right now. And because I've gotten the manifestation process packaged enough to start training like some people, for them to be doing what I'm doing, to sit down with people and do the mind map and walk through the worksheet and identify the facilitators and identify the incentives and get it down. And then I'm even going, and this is, I'm even going to where, hold on one second, to where I'm automating the whole process, the whole, I lost it again. I'm looking for electric token now. Got all these different tabs open. There it is. So with electric token, it's the one where, again, we've got the resources that they're seeking and what they're offering. And then this is going to be automated. So this is going to be basically, you know, the resources that they're looking for, that are interested in these incentives and are interested in, you know, potentially working for them or having an exchange. They're going to get in touch and then like be submitted into the system, and the system is going to get very automated. And this is where eventually it's going to be keeping track of people's ratings and reliability index and all of those sorts of things, so that when you're reviewing all of the applicants, you've got all of the data side by side for their whole like history within the system and all of the ways that, you know, they can command a higher price because they have a higher reliability index. You'll basically have a market of high price, high reliability, lower price, lower reliability, where, you know, what do you want to pay for basically? So again,
That's amazing. I like the idea.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that's where, yeah, we're systematizing all of the way that commerce happens, you know, as you can see. And so again, right now at this very early stage is to just, you know, replicate the work that I'm doing. And we're going to start to replicate it like on a massive scale. If you're interested, I'd like to start, you know, working with you for you to be like the first person that's doing, you know, this, because I think that I think you have all the skills and talents to do each part of this right now. So I'd like to see you start doing it. And, you know, basically, I think there'll be as much, you know, part-time work as you're interested for it until you're interested in, you know, making it full-time if you want to go in that direction. But again, this is just the start, because really I would like to see you, you know, like master it so that you're running the whole department of all of the people. That includes lots of interns and includes lots of people in the marketplace that are getting paid and all kinds of, you know, a whole force that's doing all of this. Eventually it'll be, you know, thousands, tens of thousands of people that are trained, certified, and that you get what I'm saying. So, but again, that's just one solution. And if you can help with all of that, then you can help, you know, on higher levels with more solutions and more aspects. And, you know, I have a high regard, you know, for you and your talents and your abilities. So I see, you know, like infinite possibilities within all of what's getting created. And it's just a matter of, you know, how much you want to embrace, how early, really what your cost to us is going to be. That's the main, you know, one of the main things is for you to give me a rate and understand like what I can pay you, you know, for now, and see, you know, what I can do to get the work to have enough, you know, margin built in to be able to hire you to do those pieces. So that's really the first step, is I'd like to be able to hopefully work out the finances to be able to hire you to start this, so that you're, you know, you're doing you're doing the analysis, you're creating the pages. But I was going to say, part of what I need to program pretty soon, and it's not that hard, it's maybe like a day of programming, maybe not even that, but to automate all of this with a content management system on the back end. So you're basically just entering the title, and then it's going there, and you're entering this title, and you're entering this text, and you're entering your YouTube URL, and it's building out this page for you. So I'm going to create an interface where you can just, you know, enter all of the bullet points, and then again, it just builds all of this. So that's the other part of the automation, to make this kind of like the end-to-end solution. And then also, as soon as possible, to have like an agreement system as well. So everyone, the standard agreements are there, the templates are there, people can customize them how they want. They agree to whatever they agree to, and then that's like the contract that's, you know, locked in and saved and is there for, you know, people to have the terms of their agreement and all of that. So again, we're developing this whole self-service end-to-end solution, and we're also offering full service, you know, from Uniting for Action to do whatever. And, you know, we're starting to build out a workforce of full service, which again will range from, you know, student interns that, you know, maybe aren't, you know, totally trained up yet, and they're getting experience, and people are paying less for that. And then there's somebody like you that's super expert, and they're paying you a lot for that. And so again, we'll have the whole kind of realm of services, right? And just as an example, and then it'll be, again, nano actions. Like one part is the analysis, another part is the mind map, another part is the, you know, the website part, the processing the video. Like there's all the different, you know, different people can have different roles in all of that, and that's the way we're going to break it up. So I know you're limited in time, so that's kind of everything in a nutshell, just to kind of give you an idea of what I've been thinking about and what I wanted to share with you, and, you know, let you mull on it, and, you know, see what you think about it all. Ask me any questions, and we'll see, you know, what there is to create.
Sure. Oh, that's awesome, man. I really like the vision. I think you're polishing it more and more. And in the at the beginning, like you said, there was no specific service that you could offer that was easily understandable enough for people to grab. I think it's more of the bigger picture of where you're heading in the future. But for now, I think that bringing it to more of a smaller scale or just something tangible for people is going to be much better for you to actually start monetizing and be sustainable. Otherwise, you can't run it without being able to pay the bills.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Is that we needed like this first product that's a great product for us that we can sell, and now we have it. So yeah, so that's where I've been really putting my attention here, because I've been seeing that this is a great product that we can sell. So now we've got it.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I like seeing the progress on that. And in terms of this new bringing in support to help the members or the users to execute. Yeah, I agree. That's awesome as well. And I think you're gonna look very professional by actually having support and having like a chat thing that you can answer questions right there, like any other software company that support, right? So did it break up?
It did break up a little bit, yeah.
No. Let me
Just
let me
at the end, I heard you say like any other software company.
Yeah, basically that, like any other software company that offers support. That's what I wanted to say. So yeah, I like the idea. I would love to see how we can contribute. I can contribute to this as well, and with the time I have available, and also yeah, to look at what would be the process of me going and supporting someone, like from where to where would I take them, and how long would it take to do all that process, and just to get more idea of as to what the process looks like, so that way I can see how many people I could take on in a week, if any, if knowing that I'm going to be able to give an estimate of how many people I can take in a week, or total amount of clients I can take on a month, for example, given the time requirements, right? So that I think that's my question.
Yeah, I would say that a quick answer is that for the like really fully developed pages, it's been taking me like 10 hours of processing from like 1 hour of video. And I know it can be cut down a bit from there, but that's the level of detail that I've gone into to really, find the videos, process the whole video, the pieces, just to show you very quickly. I think you've seen it at some point in one of the meetings, but just to remind you what it looks like when I'm processing the video, I'm chopping it up. A lot of times it depends on how detailed I'm going, but this is where I've gone totally detailed to the extreme, of like really having all these things broken down to know what's in this video. This is more extreme than needs to be done for a lot of videos. And I'm not doing it quite as extreme as this anymore, but it gives you an idea where, that took just to go through the one video and cut it up and tag it basically for all the different concepts are in there. That was like 3 hours, I think, of processing the video for the 1 hour of video that I processed. And again, this is where we really want to refine these things. What I'm doing is not the most efficient, most effective. This is where I need to give it to other people that can really make this better, more efficient, more effective, automated, best practices. So, that's why, again, I need to get it out of my hands as quickly as possible, because I've got to focus on so many other things, right? So I can't be doing all of this kind of work. So that's where, again, I'm even going the University of Colorado School of Public Health, where we've had 6 interns from in the past that have done their practicum. So it's 120 hours that they commit. They're really, into it, and they've been superstars. I'm presenting to their class today. It's a career services fair, basically. So I'm presenting at the career services fair to see if any of the current students might want to do their internship or practicum or capstone with us over the summer, most likely. Perhaps,
Right.
you know, volunteer for us in the spring. But anyways, it's an
Yeah.
example. Once we start to recruit again, and we will probably do that for the summer, it's just that, again, I need to get more support before I'm ready to take on that whole.
Yeah, you don't want to manage 6 people again. like
Yeah,
like without nobody else helping you. I agree.
yeah. So and that's actually, if that's of interest to you, that's a high priority too, actually, to work with all the students and be like the manager of the student internship program. And also for these different things, we're going to get funding pretty soon too. And that's part of it too, right? Is that we've got enough that's compelling enough for me to start to talk to people about the priorities for funding and start to have people give, you know, $10,000 and $50,000 and $100,000 to fund different positions and fund different things, right? For them to be recognized for supporting that. So we're getting very close to that too. It's just like we get to define it and then we get to create it.
I have a question. How are you planning on funding this project? Are you doing like angel investors, or what's your vision?
That's basically it, is that, yeah, that basically we want, ideally, and we'll see where it goes, but ideally people are, we're not selling off the company for percentages, basically, that everybody that we're crowdsourcing from the entire population at a level that people want to give. And we'll attach ourselves with a nonprofit, you know, that's in alignment with our vision so that it can be a tax deductible donation, because that'll make a difference for a lot of people, right? That's a whole nother story, but we'll open ourselves up to all of that funding that's available, right? So that opens up a lot more funding. Eventually we'll have our own nonprofit, you know, arm, our sister nonprofit, to manage all of that, you know, when we have the overhead of people to be able to manage all of that.
Okay, so you're basically gonna work alongside a nonprofit, and the funding that you raise is gonna be tax deductible.
That's part of it. That's part of it. Again, it's not, I don't even want to like lead with that. I want it to be more of like, you're giving this money to this, you know, enterprise, to this cause, to this solution, to this everything, because this is what you want in the world. And so just like when you want your car fixed and you want your haircut and you want your whatever, and you give people money for that, and you get that you are giving us your money for that, so you get what we give. And I want to teach people that, so they're not doing it because they get it as a tax write-off, because that really doesn't put any skin in the game for them. It's like that money needs to go somewhere anyways. They're not really being invested in this if that's all that they're doing. You know what I mean? Psychologically. So again, over time,
maybe you should do the same. You should do the same thing of like, what incentives can you offer them for investing in this project?
That's exactly what we will do. And so it's exactly it. Everything is a negotiation the way we're laying it out, right? That's what we're doing, is we're showing everybody that it's all about agreements and negotiations and coming up with a win-win. And that's kind of the foundation of stuff getting done. And we're helping to make that really straightforward, that it's just a repeatable process over and over and over again. I need this, I'm asking, you know, you can provide this. Let's find a way that it works as a win-win. So
yeah, for sure. Oh, I like it. So you're saying it takes about 10 hours to do one person?
I don't think it's going to be like that. I'm going to say it's going to be more like 5 that will scale back, and we'll make it, you know, like the 10 will be the deluxe version. We have to start to kind of, you know, chop it up a little bit more.
Divide it into steps, right? And make it more tangible for them to see what they would be paying for, basically. Or since they're getting the value, and it's a sliding scale, right? Like maybe do a suggested, or I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you know, if you want the best version, then this is what you'll get, and then this is the middle tier, and then this is the basic tier. And that way, you know, basic tier is gonna be like 3 hours, this one's gonna be like 6 hours, and then this one's gonna be 10 hours. So yeah,
it's great that you're saying all that, because again, all of that tiers, what they're going to be is going to be based on what you determine they're going to be based on the hours that you're putting in, not the hours that I'm putting in. Like, you're going to start to master the system better than I have. You're going to start to manage, the student interns that are doing it and the others that are doing it. And you're going to get feedback, and you're going to see, what are best practices, based on experimentation and different people having different skills and all of that. So all of that learning process just needs to be managed by somebody at some point. And again, it's either going to be you, it's going to be somebody, but I want to offer it to you first because it's basically a path into everything right now, right? This is just our first most immediate need, but you can flow to whatever needs you want because we've got a whole lot of needs, coming really quickly here.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. So let me give it some thought, and we can talk later about how could, like, what would be the payment structure and all that. We can talk more about that in another call.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to be processing the video I shot with her the other day. I'm going to be processing that today and or tomorrow. I don't know what relevance that has, but I'm just mentioning it in case it.
Like, in case I want to go and with you while you do it, so I can see what it's like to process the video. Yeah,
Exactly.
it cut off a little. So yeah, so that I can see what it's like to process the video, basically, right?
Yeah, that's part of it. We could definitely do some of it in real time, and you can get a sense of like what it looks like for me. It's probably best for you to see how I do it, see what my model is, right?
Yeah, that sounds good. Give me the time that you're doing that, and I'll.
Well, I think it's going to be the reverse. I think you give me windows of your availability, and I'll figure out, when I can do it within your windows of availability.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll send. You want to do it right now?
Yeah. I would say the rest of today and tomorrow. I told Burja would be done by the end of tomorrow, basically.
So we could do tomorrow at same time. It could work for me, 8, if you are okay with that. I know it's a little early. Otherwise,
I actually have a meeting already at 8 tomorrow.
oh, okay. So otherwise,
Is there a
how about,
time tonight or this afternoon? Well, tonight, I guess, because you're going to work, right?
yeah, after this, I gotta go to work, and then I have meeting. I have a few things going on, so today's hard. But
Okay.
tomorrow we could do at 3:30.
3:30. Yeah,
I have an hour between.
Yeah,
3:30
that's fine.
and
I have
4.
a 4:30 tomorrow anyway, so yeah, that's good.
Okay. I actually, my call is at 4:15, so we'll have 45 minutes.
Okay. Perfect.
That's enough, right? To get started.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome, bro. Cool. I'm excited. I appreciate your interest and your enthusiasm. I'm looking forward to seeing, what we can potentially do. It just seems such a natural for you to be in some of these positions that as I keep thinking about it, I imagine you, doing this and you doing that. So it's up to you really, to find your way if there's any ways that we can, synergize our energies.
Yeah, for sure. I have a quick question. Have you ever heard of human design?
I have heard of it. I'm trying to remember what I know of it. Can you remind me?
It's a way to understand what kind of it basically uses astrology, Chinese astrology, and a bunch of different other personality tests, and it puts them all together. And it
Yes.
gives you your human type.
Yes, I had a friend that did that with me a couple of years ago.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious to know yours, just to get an idea of how you work, how you operate, and because it's a really good way for me to understand how to talk to people, especially when, there's more of a closer relationship. So I'll send you the link and you can do it, and you can send me a screenshot.
Yeah, I'm looking to see, because I think maybe I did it already, but I'll see if I can find it, if I have it already. But otherwise, yeah, send me the link and I'll do it.
I'll send you on WhatsApp. It's super easy. Just put your birthday and time, and then where you were born, and that's pretty
Right.
much it.
Right. Okay, cool, man. Great. I appreciate that. I appreciate the interest in the human design as well, to see how it all matches up. That's really great.
Yeah, we'll talk. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds great. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Thanks, bro.
All right.
Have a
Okay,
good one.
bye.
Bye.